make sure I just recorded everything you said. I'm gonna give you a great review.
I'm not getting out.
You should have said that before we got in the car.
Stay.
That's crazy. You should have said that before we got in the car.
I'm gonna end this ride. I don't want to do a drive like this.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Rideshare Guy. My name is Chris, and we are going to be doing a follow-up to yesterday's video because there's a lot of things that happened. There's more footage that we can see for the ride, so we know exactly what led up to this crazy interaction. We're going to highlight a couple of the riders' responses on a Twitter video that this person had posted. We're going to be talking about what happened with this ride and what is ongoing. And then we're also going to go over some tips to help stop this from even happening from right the get-go, and also how this driver could handle it a little bit better. And then lastly, we're going to highlight some of your comments that you had on yesterday's video. So let's get right into it. So we have the cell phone footage of the rider who was recording it as well. We're going to highlight a few things from that, and it's going to show exactly kind of what led up to this whole interaction. We're going to go back to the dash cam footage so you can see a little bit as well in highlights. So here you go.
I'm gonna make sure I just recorded everything you said. I'm gonna give you a great review.
I'm not getting out.
You should have said that before we got in the car.
Stay.
That's crazy. You should have said that before we got in the car.
I'm gonna end this ride. I don't want to do a drive like this. Come on. No. No time.
You should have said that before we got in the car.
Right. You pull off.
No,
go
you
down the
know.
block.
You need to know.
Say that. It's fine. We'll stay in.
You can't stay. I'm going home.
Okay.
He's gonna get me irritated, man.
There you go. 20 more.
I'm going home.
You going home?
If you don't get out.
Okay. You gonna kidnap us?
No, you're free to get out. I have a camera right here.
We got one too. We already
Okay.
recording you.
I've been recording you since you started
No,
yelling
you
at
can
me
get
over
out,
nothing.
Please. I don't want to drive.
You
right
need to
now.
take us to our destination. We don't know where we're at. We're
I
females.
didn't take any money from
Like,
you,
what
so
do you
can get
mean?
out.
We are not about to get out at a random gas station. We are young girls. What are you doing?
Please get
No,
out.
for real. We're not getting out. Take us to our house. We didn't come get dropped off at a gas station, sir.
You were
The
the
fuck is wrong with
Not my
you?
fault, you know?
I got her a mask. What's the problem?
No,
I have a mask
you
now.
started fucking all those.
Because you tried to
I
drop
really
us
want
off
that.
on the corner. You're supposed to be a man. You're supposed to make sure we're okay. You can't just drop girls off. We don't know where we're at. We're not even from here.
Yeah, that's
You're not about to just drop us off. We don't know nobody here. Take us to our house where we paid for to go. We got a
I don't have
mask.
that. I'm going home. You are free to get out of my car.
Why
If you're
Yeah.
not here, we just
You're
ordered
free
another
to
Uber.
get out of my
Hell,
car.
I'm about to
Don't
call
waste
the
my
police.
time. Don't waste
I'm
my
calling the
time.
police.
I'm going home. I'm confirming it.
You're not confirming
If
anything
you
because you're
are-
not taking us.
Look at this.
Nowhere.
If you want to get inside my car, stay inside. I'm going home. I'm not
We just said we're waiting for our Uber.
You
We
get out
just
and
called
wait.
the Uber.
You get out and wait.
No, you're not about to let girls get out where we are.
Okay, I'm going home.
Okay, go
Call
home.
police.
Watch.
I don't care.
Yeah, no, for real, take us home. I want him to take us home. I got something for you. I'll really beat your ass, bro. You was not letting us out on the middle of the freeway. You was not letting us out on the middle of the freeway. We're not getting out in the middle of the freeway, bro.
You're going right.
He's so dumb. You could have did this at the gas station when we was waiting for our fucking Uber for 2 minutes. What's wrong with you? For real, you fucking goofy or what? All you had to do was take us home. We young girls. That's all. We didn't come here to argue with you, bitch. And then, fuck the mess. Fuck the nigga, and I got corona. Yeah, what's up?
So now a couple of things that happened is that the rider got in without a mask. They stopped at a gas station so they could get masks for that particular person. The driver said, I'm not taking the ride anymore. You have to get out now. They refused to get out. So then he proceeded to leave the gas station, go on a highway and pull over and try getting them out there. And that's when this whole interaction happened. So it was an escalation on both sides. Now, these riders should have never, ever, ever gone that far. The driver also should have never gone onto the highway, especially if you're going to kick somebody out of your car. You don't want to drive with passengers in the car without actually being on the app and having a real ride, because you're assuming all of the liability if something were to go wrong. Also, if you let them out on the highway, one, that can come back to you because you're the one who did that. And again, if they get hurt, they could come after you. Just saying. Secondly, you shouldn't be ever letting somebody in your car without a mask to begin with. This whole thing would have been avoided 100% if he would have done that right from the get-go. All you got to say is, I'm sorry, you can't come in the car until you have a mask. If you don't have a mask, then you can either offer one, you can either give them the option to somehow go get one, or like this was where they went to the gas station to pick one up. That's the other option that you could do as well. Yes, you're going to have somebody in your car without a mask on, but you can see if they could put their shirt up or something like that at least. But either way, work with each other. Be very respectful on both sides. That was the huge lack there. But either way, those are a couple of things that went really wrong with this ride and escalated into a situation that now everybody knows about. Also, I want to hear from you. What other tips do you have that could have helped stop this situation, de-escalate this situation, or could have been handled a little bit differently? Comment your response below. All right, and now let's go to what the riders' response was on this, because they had a few things to say. Now, I'm only going to go over a couple of the highlights here because some of the things is just explaining exactly the reason why she responded the way she did. And then lastly, there's going to be a video showing that this is not the first time that she and her friends have done this.
My boyfriend taught me, don't let nobody play with you, smack the f out them. That's what I was taught. So if y'all boyfriends told y'all to let this Uber, let y'all get out the car and get robbed or whatever the f would have happened, now that's on y'all. Hell no. And he lucky as hell I ain't have nothing on me on mamas, because if he would have played with me, bruh, it would have been a whole different story. For real, you not about to kick me out on the freeway. Everybody I know, 75% of people I know would have smacked the shit out of him or done some crazy ass off the wall shit. All I did was take his mask off and cough a little bit. But I ain't even have corona, so at the end of the day, okay, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that was disrespectful as fuck. I'm dead ass wrong for that, but it could have been avoided. Period, point blank. It could have been avoided. You could have just waited and made sure we was safe. If you would have made sure, yo, pass this fucking stupid ass Uber, bruh. Oh, mamas. That's why I take Lyft. That's why I take Lyft. That's why I take Lyft. Like, I'm finna sue Uber for... They seen the whole video, so they know they dead ass wrong. So where my check at? Where's my check? It's not okay. This man legitly tried to kick us out in the middle of buttfuck nowhere in the hood. What if something happened? Then what? Then we would end up being wrong, right? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Nah, I get the part. I get it.
Come on. It's cold in here. You won't even cut the heater on. A little more. Cold in here. Dang.
No AC. No.
Cut it
We're
off.
paying. You're not. No. No.
We're paying
no.
you.
Go.
The police here.
Yeah,
Okay.
You don't need to put both the windows down. Now you got me hella fucking mad. What the fuck is you doing?
Lee, I don't want to argue with you. Lee,
Don't touch me.
why you mad?
Now, as you can see, this is the pure definition of what an entitled rider is, thinking that the world owes them something when in fact that's not the truth. Moral of the story, just be respectful to everybody. Drivers respect passengers and passengers respect drivers. It would be much easier. But even going further than that, people just respecting other people. We're all on the same planet. Let's live together and move forward. Now you might be asking, what happened to the rider? Well, Uber deactivated their account. They have no longer the ability to access the platform. And Lyft also chimed in and said that they had deactivated the rider as well. So both companies deactivated this, even though it happened on Uber's platform. Also, what is ongoing is that the police are investigating this because she went and grabbed a cell phone, because she put her hands on him and ripped off his mask, and also claimed that she had the Rona. So there's a lot of moving parts here. I have not seen any updates from the San Francisco Police Department, but if there's anything worth noting, we will let you know. All right, so now let's go over a few comments from what you had to say in yesterday's dash cam footage showing this particular ride. And there are a bunch of comments. I can't go through them all. I'll go through about 5 just to highlight them. So if you want to see the rest of them, you can go on back to yesterday's video and check them out and read through. All right, so let's look at Motley Assortment. Call the police and press charges for attempting to steal property and causing personal damage. They did call the police. It's on ongoing investigation. Like I said, if there's any updates or anything, we can let you know. If people use their personal property to give you a lift around town, you need to abide by the company policy and the driver's policy. Exactly. Unfortunately, we see entitled passengers who think that they own that particular ride, driver, and car, when that's not really the case. So there are major issues there. It is your car. You can do and act the way you want. Yeah, exactly. If it's your car. All right. So Marbu said taking his phone is a chargeable offense already. That might be. I'm not quite sure. This happened in San Francisco. Again, police are investigating that. We'll see what happens. But still, her putting her hands on him, ripping off the mask, that stuff, that could also potentially be something. So again, like I said, it is under investigation. All right, let's scroll down a little bit. Scott Tucker, at the moment, call local police. Yep, that's like I said. A lot of people look like you're saying, call the police, that type of thing. Distorted Images said, glad the passengers got banned from Uber and Lyft. Yes, it was only the account holder. So unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it was the other riders. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. I haven't seen anything that said multiple accounts. It only sounded like it was that account for that particular person. But either way, yes, that would probably be a very good thing since, like I said, they're doing this a few times before, like that trip in Hawaii where you saw that video before. All right, one last comment. We'll do Dan Solo. Rider behavior unacceptable for sure, but the drivers shouldn't be dropping them off on a freeway while traffic is going 65 miles an hour. Just pull off to the nearest exit and call the police. Dan, 100%. Good comment there. The behavior is absolutely unacceptable. And again, that driver should have never pulled over to the side of the highway, especially after being at a gas station and telling them to get out there. So again, both sides, both parties are at fault or have faults. The problem is that's not how you respond to anything. Again, treat people with respect. So much easier to do that. All right, that is the end of the video. Like I said, if you have any comments that you'd like to share or elaborate on what you may have commented yesterday after we found out how this ride kind of went from bad to worse to really bad, and all of the things that are moving on that. If you want to add anything more, make sure you comment below. Let us all know. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications so you'll be notified every time a new video is uploaded. And you'll learn many ways on how to avoid these types of rides from happening, or at least stopping a majority of them by making sure you have the right knowledge and know-how when it comes to how to handle certain situations, including making sure that your doors are locked and you tell them that they need a mask before entering the vehicle, thus stopping this entire problem from happening. All right, everyone, drive safe.